It's RC here. I'm all alone. You know what happens when RC's all alone? Oh well, here it is. One is to blame. I find the old stuff over here. That's just how I roll. Yes, Mamie, I know. 10 days. 10 days and summer will be gone. It really sucks. But hang on, I gotta grab my coffee. Hold on. This weather sucks. I woke up this morning, didn't sleep well last night, woke up this morning, shitload of snot in my head. The human body produces a lot of snot. I'm just saying. For sure. For sure. I'm not even sure what we're going to talk about. I will drop the link, though. I will pin it. Come up and tell Remain Calm all your troubles. I don't have a problem listening to your problems. We all got problems. And I'd rather hear about your problems than think about my problems. That's true. I would rather try to help you all. For sure. For sure. Oh, crazy stuff going on. Damn. I know that you all had to have gotten a high-ass electric bill this month. I'm mad. I am mad at my utility company. My fucking bill doubled. Craziness. It's like, wow, okay. Thanks for that. Big help. Big help to the United States of America. Yes, I know that, May. Some people cannot be helped. They can't. Completely understandable. For sure. We can talk about something. Let's talk about something good. Why not? Why not talk about good things? I know, I want a meter. I would rather put money in the meter than to give it to you know who. For sure. It's like, dang it, gonna get a rope and hang it. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? I apologize. Ghost. There's a ghost in my house, and she better start doing chores, or I'm gonna show her the door, even though she's a ghost. Don't matter to me. You ain't living in my house for free. Heck no. Get the ghost out. But hey, good news. Heroic effort by snowplow driver and paramedic ensures needed care for a baby during a snowstorm. Real clap. This freaking weather's horrible. That was in Cincinnati. 3 paramedics and an Ohio Department of Transportation snowplow driver helped ensure a critically ill infant reached Cincinnati Children's Hospital on Sunday as a winter storm worsened road conditions. There you go. Parents sought to transfer their baby son Bryson from Mercy Anderson Hospital to Cincinnati Children's. a trip of more than 10 miles. Wow. They did it. Heck yeah, that's what it's about right there. They knew the weather was worsening. They were watching road conditions. They had to go now. Wow. 30 minutes to reach 10 miles. It took 30 minutes to reach the hospital before he cleared a path on the highway for the ambulance to follow. Dang. That is wild. Is that the ambulance, man? Good for you. Infant's doing well at the neonatal intensive care unit at the hospital. God bless them. May, you say you want snow, but if you had snow, you'd be like, I don't want any more snow. I don't like it. I don't think you'd like it, May. I'm just saying, I don't think you would. I really don't. Lord have mercy. I know. You know, sometimes we gotta throw a little happy story in there. These YouTube streets can be depressing. Depressing, I say. These girls fight over everything. Everything. I can't get them to stop. I'm like, girls, quit it. Nobody cares if you got a bunion on your fucking toe, okay? Nobody cares if Lollapalooza told Wackadoodle that you got a bunion on your fucking toe, okay? For real, you don't have to fight over it. Take up cash apps and go to a fucking podiatrist. That is a foot doctor, for those of you who didn't know. I thought I'd let you know that. I'm just playing. Y'all keep fighting all you want to. It gives Remain Calm something to talk about. You guys give me something to talk about. You guys, seriously, I have a lot of fun talking about what y'all are fighting about. I do. I can't help it. I know, okay? Don't take it personal. Don't act like I'm siding with anybody, okay? I'm not doing that. And I know that y'all may not think it's funny, but some of the shit you're fighting over, I think it's funny. I feel for you, though, okay? I do. My heart is like, oh, I feel bad for you that they're talking about your feet like that. No, I'm just fucking around. You haven't had snow for 2 years? Damn. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to live in a state that didn't have snow. Because then you got to put up with other shit like hurricanes and, shit like that. I don't want to be stuck in a freaking hurricane. My ass would probably be in the house. I'd probably be in the attic, and there'd be sharks swimming underneath me in my house. I'm just saying. For real. For real. Oh my God. No, I ain't telling that story. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's tell this story. This is fucking wild. What the fuck? Okay, you guys never know which direction I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna say trigger warning. Hey, Poppy. Poppy and her red Mustang. I don't even know if I can remember our little song. Our little rap song. Went around the corner, and what did I see? It was Poppy and her Mustang. She was waving at me. She said, come on, RC, let's go for a ride. We'll go get May, and we'll get real high. Then we'll go get Eve and go down the road and go to the beach and act like some hoes. No, even May would never be hoish. Okay, don't even, Poppy probably wouldn't either. For sure. Well, we went from hoes to boss bitches. We're boss bitches now. That's right. I forgot. So, this woman thought she was going to buy a puppy. She was later found unalived. And they used matches on her. That's messed up. A woman from South Carolina was fatally pew-pewed, and her remains were cremated, but not in the crematory. The Florence County Sheriff's Office identified the victim as Dana Marie Kinlaw, 40 years old. Wow. I hope they get the DP. Okay. Investigators allege that Lyrana Teresa Fleming and DeQuinn Taheen Thomas initially pew-pewed the victim, resulting in her unaliving, and then they set the vehicle on fire with her remains in it. That's messed up. Who does that? That is messed up. Or authorities responded to a vehicle engulfed in flames. They found the deceased victim that they later identified. Oh my gosh. Why? What did she do to Authorities arrested suspects Lyrana Teresa Fleming, 19 years old. Hey, Stephen, the discussion seller or reseller. Sorry, I got that wrong, Stephen. I do apologize. I'll be whatever you want me to be for the right price. I heard that, May. Did you get your electric back on, Poppy? Inquiring minds want to know, girl. Okay. They arrested a 19-year-old and a 31-year-old male. They alleged that the 19-year-old and the 31-year-old, they pew-pewed the victim on purpose. They did what they did to her on purpose. An autopsy was done. What is wrong with this dude? 31 years old. Now, excuse me, but what is a 19-year-old doing hanging out with a 31-year-old dude? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, well, no, we don't need to know. We probably can figure it out ourselves. We all have some common sense over here, right? Okay. So, law enforcement stated, the Florence County Sheriffs said, supposedly they went there together. Fleming was 19 and a friend of the victims, Miss Kinlaw. They rode there together, supposedly to buy a puppy. Joy then claimed to the outlet that the victim was put in the car, liquid was poured on her, and a match was lit. We'll put it that way, okay? Because I got to behave myself over here. Okay. Deputies arrived at the scene around 5:45. There is 19-year-old Miss Fleming, who arrived with the victim. They believe it was retaliation following a red rum in Darlington County. They believe there was a red rum committed in Darlington County, which they made the arrest in Lake City that connects them to the arrest with Darlington County officials. We feel her son was involved. We feel her son was involved in that in some way, shape, or form, and we feel this is a retaliation. So, the victim's son, they believe, was somehow involved in a red rum in Darlington County, which in turn brought on these individuals retaliating against her. That is not cool. She didn't do it. She did not do it. Her son allegedly had something to do with it. Why you got to take it out on the parent? Well, I don't know. Okay. Now, Fleming and Thomas were both charged with red rum and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. They are being held at the Florence County Detention Center. If anybody wants to be their pen pal, they're at the Florence County Detention Center. I mean, I ain't pen paling them, but, some people, look, okay. All right, I just got to say this, okay? I do. Only because it's coming to my mind, and Remain Calm's trying to be really honest about how she feels about things. I can't help it. I ain't gonna lie. But, talking about prison pen pals. You and Shelby still together, Lisa? Lisa K., are you and Shelby still together? I just want to know. Okay? I don't know what happened. You kind of got mixed up with two brothers. You did, Lisa. Shelby's in prison, and you were like, Shelby, I'm going to help you. You did, Lisa. Don't say you didn't. You contacted him first. You gave him money on his books. And you were like, hey, babe. Well, you may not have said, hey, babe. I've got over-exaggerating there. I'm over-exaggerating, Lisa, okay? But then you started messing with the earning on YouTube. I got confused. Remain Calm doesn't like to be confused. Okay? While we're at it, Mama Bear, she's mad at Crystal. But I think she's mad at Crystal because Crystal said something about her friends. Am I right? Am I getting that right? Am I? About the marathon that happened in the Summer Wells case. Let me get this guy up of here. I can't talk about what I'm talking about and have this picture of this man up here. Oh. They're waiting bond. The third suspect, Nico Christopher Caraway, was also arrested and charged on Wednesday, January 28th. This just happened yesterday. Caraway is charged with red rum, first-degree arson, possession of a weapon during a violent crime. We will keep that case updated as new information comes along. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, Crystal. Oh, why are you guys mad at Crystal over something she said about somebody having something to do with the marathon that took place in the Summer Wells case? Crystal, email me, girl. I got names, okay? I got names, girl. I do. I will gladly share them with you. I don't have the names of the people they're saying that you're saying had something to do with the marathon, but I got some names. I do. Just give me a couple days because I got a freaking sinus thing going on. My head's already full. And, I know, Crystal, I just know. Give me a couple days. Let it go down a little bit, okay? I don't want my head exploding. I don't. I got a soft spot for Crystal. I do. I really do. I don't know why people want to give her a hard time. Crystal's Crystal. That's what I say. I say that about a lot of people. They are just them. We know how they are. Okay? I mean, this is the thing. You should feel proud if Crystal says your name and uses you when she puts out something. I mean, the girl got mad at me and did a live that said remain calm doesn't like summer wells or some shit. And you know what? I didn't even say anything about it. I was good with it. I'm like, okay, Crystal, I know better. Everybody knows better. But you go ahead, girl. You go ahead. I like her. I do. I like Crystal. Cooking on a barbecue. Cooking on a barbecue? I am not cooking on no barbecue today. It is too fucking cold out. It is, you guys. It is cold. I hope everybody's staying warm, staying safe. I just get pissed off at like the you know what? I wasn't even going to say nothing about my electric bill because I don't want to sound like fucking Ziggy. I am not asking no one for money for my electric bill. I can promise you that. Hey, Jamie, what I am saying is, how fucked up is it that they're doubling your electric bill and a lot of individuals cannot afford to pay it? So then people will have to turn around and get on a payment plan. The majority of the time, people are on a fixed income. They can't even afford to go on a freaking payment plan. Because if by chance you happen to miss a payment by one day, they're going to come and turn your shit off. That's a fact. Public service announcement. For real. It's just, it's like, what are you doing to people? Okay? I'm just saying, that's my little real life rant for the day. Okay? What is up, Jamie? Oh no. Did you guys hear about the teenagers in the sledding accident? So sad. Girl, mine, I'll tell you how much mine is. I'll look at it. Yours is higher than mine. Mine is $381.24. That is fucking ridiculous. I live in a little 2-bedroom home. Okay? I have not let my freaking thermostat above like 70 degrees. I may put it on 71 just to get the initial cold out of here, but that is crazy. Crazy. They get you on all the freaking other shit. Because if you use your water, then guess what? You got to pay for sewage. Now, it doesn't matter if down at the end of your road that it floods all the time, or that if you want to go to McDonald's, don't fucking go there when it's raining because the road will flood out. I'm just saying. For sure. But you got your, trash collected. You got your electric tax. You got your water sales tax. What? Wait a minute. Why am I paying? What? Why am I paying for water? It's free. I'm just going to get me some of those barrels and put them out there, and I'm going to collect rainwater. I'm just going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I am just running my mouth today. I live in a 4-bedroom manufacturer. I keep temperature at 68 and covered with blankets. Yeah, that's what I do. You know, I cover up. Well, it doesn't. And in our economy, you know, yeah. See, and I don't understand this. So they charge you for your water. They charge you a sales tax for your water. And then they charge you for storm water, right? And then sewer. I'm confused. I am just a little person. I don't use that much water. Why am I paying this much in my water? Lord. Oh, that's good, Eve. That is good. That is good. My heat stopped. No way. That sucks, Jamie. Hey, at least you had a space heater. I always said I would never pay for air and water, but look at me now. Yeah, no doubt. It's ridiculous. Hey, Jean. It is ridiculous. For real. Look, one thing I say, we're a low budget channel over here. You know, my people are struggling just like I am. And we're all good with it. We will struggle together, my friends. The struggle is real. For sure. 65. Well, I like it to stay a little bit cool, but not freaking freezing. I know what I did. I got a little bit cold, and I just plugged my heating pad up. You know, being short like I am, I can put a whole heating pad on me. For real. From my toes to my head. That's how short I am. For real. For real, for real. Yeah, Crystal. For sure, Crystal, holler at me. Girl. This is the thing with, and I've said this before, but this is just me. I know people probably feel differently about it. But the you know, the different channels, and there were quite a few of them that did marathons and different stuff like that, in, you know, the name of Summer Wells. I followed it. I know the names. Yet, to me, that's not my cup of tea. I don't really talk about it, only because that had nothing to do with Summer actually going missing, in my opinion. Okay? In my opinion. So that's one of the reasons I never really got into talking about that or calling people out about it or whatever. Not my thing when it comes to talking about Summer's case. But you go, girl, Crystal. You talk about it, babe. But I can say, you know, the names I heard now, they're not on my list. They are not, ma'am. But you do you. You do you, Crystal. Nobody can make you not be yourself. For sure. We've seen so many, I can't even say it. Okay, back to a sad story, you guys. So, two teenagers were sledding, and there was a fatal accident. They were holding on to each other. You know, people have sledding accidents. It's so sad. Elizabeth Engel and Gracie Brito were best friends and compassionate people, their family said. They passed away in a sledding accident and are being honored by their loved ones. They were best friends, Elizabeth and Gracie. They were holding on to each other when the accident happened. Gracie's family said her final wish was to become an organ donor. Wow. That's kind of a big responsibility for, a young teenager to make. Wow. That's so sad, you guys. They were both 16 years old. They were riding on a sled that was being pulled by a Jeep when the sled hit the curb and hit a tree. Both girls sustained life-threatening injuries and were transported to local hospitals. Wow. Both passed away. That's so sad. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. I wonder how they had to have been going pretty fast. They had to have been. They hit the curb. Elizabeth had just received her driver's license and a car. Oh, bless her. Very dangerous, you guys. Gracie and Elizabeth were cheerleaders, it sounds like. There is a GoFundMe page set up in Elizabeth's name. They are going to start the Elizabeth Engel Foundation to help provide scholarships to children in need so they may pursue their passions further. Elizabeth's family and friends will manage the foundation. Wow. How sad is that? Wow, look at Gracie. Gracie. How beautiful is Gracie? Wow. The fundraisers already raised nearly $49,000. A separate GoFundMe created for Gracie is to help the family with the unexpected financial cost. Gracie's raised more than $9,000. Wow. Gracie was the organ donor. Family's leaning on faith. Beautiful girl. This article is People. Let me, hang on. Well, it's not right to pull up one and not the other. So, Elizabeth Engel, I'm sure you guys can Google it, and Gracie Brito. check out the GoFundMe's for these girls, and if you wish to help out that situation. um that is sad. That is so sad. Uh-oh. We've got an inmate. Talk about the inmate. It's cold out. You shouldn't even make inmates go outside either. I'm just saying. So this inmate passed away after shoveling snow. The family wants to know, why was my inmate relative out shoveling snow in below zero weather? Now, I would have to ask that myself. Okay? If it's freaking cold, why would you have anybody go outside to shovel snow? Marvin Knuckles at the Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex. Okay? Marvin Knuckles. That is his real last name. I am not just making that up. This was updated January 29th, 2026. Wow. Why'd you make him? Why? He was an inmate at Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex. He died on January 27th. Rest in peace, Marvin. While removing snow and ice debris. Authorities said in a statement that a review of the incident will be conducted. I bet it will. Loved ones said, why did you have Marvin out there shoveling that snow? Authorities said, yes, an inmate has passed away after shoveling snow at a Kentucky correctional facility earlier this week. And the family wants to know why. You guys would want to know too, right? It doesn't matter why Marvin was in jail, okay? What matters is, for some reason, Marvin was outside in freezing temperatures shoveling snow. Could Marvin have said, no thanks, I'm not working today? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that that's what's happened, but, I don't think Marvin could have said, no, I'm not doing it. Right? That's messed up. According to the Department of Corrections, a work crew of inmates were removing snow and ice debris on the facility grounds when he fell and sustained a head injury. Well, that's a whole different story in itself. I thought maybe he just, maybe had a heart attack or something. He fell and hit his head. Oh. Staff immediately transported Knuckles to the Appalachian Regional Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Wow, he hit his head. That is so sad. So sad. That is sad. Oh, now why'd you have to put his charges in there for? He passed away. Let me tell you what Marvin was in prison for. He was serving a 12-year sentence for substance-related charges. Among them, trafficking of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, and tampering with physical evidence out of Madison County. Let me ask you guys something. Do you think that it was necessary to put his charges in there? But people are nosy. I'm nosy. I want to know why he was in there too. Okay? Whatever he was in there for, it doesn't, it doesn't mean anything. They had to have known. They had to have known it was ice and stuff out there. I don't know. Rest in peace, Marvin. Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex is described as a medium security institution with a population of 1,914 people. The family says, I want to know, his sister wants to know why her brother was out at 1-something in the morning shoveling ice, and why it was below zero, and why he was around a cliff where he could fall, or any other inmate. Oh, a cliff? The sister's saying they had him removing ice and snow near a cliff. She says the family has no additional details, that they were contacted Tuesday morning, that he had passed at the correctional facility. Wait, why are they telling the family that he passed at the correctional facility? I thought they called the ambulance right away. I'm confused. Remain calm's confused. When he fell and hit his head, they called the ambulance. I gotta find that. That is what they said. Staff immediately transported him to the Appalachian Regional Hospital around 7:30. What time did he hit his head? Did I say what time he hit his head? No, it just says he was removing snow and ice on the facility grounds when he fell and sustained a head injury. So sister is saying, okay, well, why would they pronounce him at the correctional facility if they came and got him and took him to the hospital and he passed at the hospital? Doesn't make sense what Remain Calm is saying. I can't help it. I always have too many freaking questions. I am the trickster, right? I ask questions. I can't help it. I am one nosy bitch over here. And I like to give my opinion too. I do. I can't help it. That's just the way I am. Why not? Makes me an individual. Okay. So yes, I don't necessarily of course I was nosy and wanted to know why he was at that facility. His charges were substance related, it sounded like. But yeah, How did she know he was out at 1 something in the morning? Died at the correctional facility. They said his brother was pronounced at 7:39 and said said my brother only had one injury on him and it was above one eye. He said something that my brother had a steel rod out shoveling snow, but I don't know if other inmates were with him or not. Wait, a steel rod? I'm confused. Why would you have a steel rod out using a steel rod to shovel snow? Kind of weird. No. The coroner told his sister he fell over a 40-foot embankment. No. That's why she mentioned the cliff earlier. Wow. That's messed up. Was there a guard outside with him? Sandy, I'm waving, girl. Yes, you are. You are green again. You are, ma'am. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I wonder if a guard was out there with him. She said, even if my brother passed away shoveling snow, it was neglect of the prison to have him and any other inmate out there shoveling snow at 1 in the morning below 0 temperatures. She said, what would they be shoveling? It'd be ice. Maybe he was using that rod to hit the ice. Oh, thanks, Sage, for letting me know what y'all are having for dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I had an egg roll. Thank you very much. Because I had a big breakfast. I actually had a couple pancakes, some eggs, and, a little apple and oatmeal. It was good. It was good. What's up, the mouse? Okay, so I get it. And she also said, why would they have them putting it at and have them around a cliff to fall off with no gear on to catch them with no fence? Wow. That's crazy. Crazy. Rest in peace, Marvin. For real. So the inmates that are assigned to this unit outside the prison fence are provided opportunities to work several jobs. Knuckles was assigned to the following: tree farm, road crew, and special detail. So he had quite a few jobs. When asked who was able to help with the special assignment of ice removal, he volunteered. So he volunteered to do it. And they say, accidentally fell down an embankment at the facility. They are going to do an autopsy. The department's conducting a full review. Well, I'm sure he's got to be on camera. I'm just wondering how quickly they responded. But then again, you know. Wow. There are a lot of um, storm-related fatalities, you guys. But this is Marvin Knuckles. Prayers for your family and rest in peace. That's just not a way, that you would think someone that would happen. But like we talked about the teenagers who, was on the Jeep, was pulling them around. And especially if they were coming around a corner, dangerous. Dangerous. That is so sad. That is very sad. It really is. I'm trying not to get political over here, you guys. Not too much. I know I went on a rant about the electric company, but everybody gets pissed off at the electric company. If someone's never been put in a position where they've never gotten pissed off about city utilities, then good on you. Let me know where you live. I may want to live there if there's no problems. Oh, hopefully hopefully I can get this this footage. This is crazy. Okay, hold on, because I'm gonna pull this footage up. This woman, I'm saying trigger warning. Trigger warning. I'm pulling it up, don't worry. I know you guys are like, there she goes again. She's gonna start talking about something. She'll forget to pull it up like she always does. Nope, I got it this time. I know you guys have had to have heard about this. So, this mom is arrested after her 19-month-old baby flies out of her car at an intersection. How does that happen? So, yes, like I said, I do have it. I have to say trigger warning. I don't know if they're going to get me for this or not. YouTube picks on me a lot. They do. Okay, hold on. We may not have to have the sound. I don't think there's any sound to it anyway, at all. All right, let's check this out. Trigger warning. Viewers may find video and topics disturbing, right? Crazy. Okay, there. Right there. There's the baby. She just goes and picks him up out of the freaking road and puts him in the car. Now, you can't see if anybody else is in the car because of the tinted windows. How the fuck did that happen? That's nuts. It doesn't look like there's anybody else in the car at all. Yep, girl was arrested. She's 35 years old. She was arrested after her 19-month-old child flew out of the passenger seat of her vehicle and narrowly avoided getting run over. The woman's name is Jacqueline Hernandez. She was arrested. She can't deny it happened. It is on video. She was arrested on suspicion of felony child abuse after the baby fell from the passenger side of a moving vehicle. Wow. There is a press release. I might be able to pop over to it. I think they show the video again, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's not going to let me get to it. I can go to the link. Okay, so the police department became aware of a video circulating on social media depicting a small child falling from the passenger side of a moving vehicle at an intersection. So, yeah, it was all over social media. The SUV stopped after the child fell out, nearly causing a traffic collision with the vehicle behind it. They have her on camera. They have her on camera. Someone else came forward and reported observing the incident. The witness provided identifying information related to the vehicle involved. Officers located the vehicle, the child, and the female involved in the incident. Because she put the baby in the car and booked. The child, a 19-month-old, sustained injuries consistent with the fall and was transported to an area hospital for treatment. So the baby was injured, and law enforcement is the ones who have the baby taken to the hospital. The child is expected to make a full recovery. She's in trouble. The incident is believed to have occurred on January 20th between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. The Fullerton Police Department did not receive any calls for service related to this incident and is seeking additional witnesses. So guess what? The Fullerton Police Department, someone must have sent them the video of her doing it, because they didn't find out until the 24th. And they're saying if it happened on the 20th, they find out who she is on the 24th. That's 4 days that when police find mom and baby, they're saying that the 19-month-old sustained injuries consistent with the fall and was transported to an area hospital for treatment. So that baby had already been injured for 4 days. Right? 4 days. There's cameras everywhere. Hey, Jenny. Hello, Jenny. We've got Jenny from the block. She knows where she came from. Okay. Yeah. She just poof, there goes the baby. I can't. Yeah, that's trippy. She just got out and picked that baby up and put him in the car and took him home. Later, Jamie. Uh, almost causing that. Yes, that baby absolutely could have been hit. If she would have kept going, that baby probably would have gotten hit. So that's crazy. Under California law, children under 2 years of age shall ride in a rear-facing car seat unless they're 40 pounds or more, or 40 or more inches tall. That's crazy. And you never put a baby in the front seat facing the windshield due to airbags. Yeah, that children must also be seated in the back seat of a car until the age of 8. I didn't know that. Craziness in the world, you guys. Crazy things. What? Oh my gosh. Trigger warning. If you are easily triggered, please leave and come back another time. How come this just popped up in my feed? Ugh. All right, give me 1 second. Give me a moment, you guys. Okay. Where is my coffee? Oh, there it is. Okay. And I'm sorry, the screen is. I don't have to have the screen up there. I'll show you his picture. This is the creepy guy. Creepy man. So, let's say what creepy guy did. So, this guy is claiming that police planted DNA and said his trial lawyer lacked key information. He's seeking a post-conviction relief nearly 25 years after the Angela Spence Shaw's unaliving. He was convicted of a 66-year-old grandmother, and he put her in a bathtub with a hair dryer. I always thought that was just movies. That's weird. Okay, he's 50 years old now. He was convicted in 2001 of first-degree red rum and first-degree SA in unaliving 66-year-old Angela Spence Shaw. They found her. It was bad. So they found her in the bathtub with the hairdryer. He was 23 at the time. He's trying to say that police planted DNA evidence and says fingerprints and an alleged alibi supports his bid for a new trial. Okay. He's 50 years old now. He was 23 then. He is serving life without parole. It happened in 1999. How horrific. That's horrible. He was convicted in 2001. He's saying he's not guilty. He ordered BEATEN. I don't even know which word to use for it. It was bad. It was bad. But he says he's innocent. He's seeking post-conviction relief. He's saying that the Rhode Island State Police planted the DNA evidence. And that was used to convict him at his trial. He's also saying his attorney was ineffective, which a lot of them do that. If they can somehow show that their attorney wasn't, didn't affect their case at all, they can try to argue about that too. He says he had an alibi. And the fingerprints found at the scene did not match his. Well, how did they convict him then? His latest motion was argued earlier in the month. A judge asked both sides to submit written legal arguments for review this spring. The hearings follows a 2017 Rhode Island Supreme Court ruling that said that Matika was entitled to an evidentiary hearing after an earlier request for post-conviction relief was denied without being heard. Oh, okay, so they denied it without even hearing what the motions were, I guess. That's messed up. I don't know if the guy's guilty or innocent. I have to pull this case up because I want to see what evidence they had. Right? Now, the Rhode Island Attorney General's office is saying that he's entitled to a hearing. The state is confident that after a evidentiary hearing on the post-conviction relief matter, that the Supreme Court will dismiss the petition as meritless. They're saying we got you. We got you. So this is just politics, I guess. Everyone has a right to they say that this guy's presented no new evidence. He's attempting to relitigate facts that have already been decided by a jury. That's what they're saying. Wow. I'd say, what do you guys think? Let me get that off air. You know, that's the thing. That's the way our country is. What? I just keep pulling up freaking story after story after story. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, final story. Then we'll talk about whatever. You guys can talk about whatever now. I don't care. I don't care what y'all talk about. So this guy's an ex-MMA fighter. Ex-MMA fighter. Which is, what is that? Martial arts. Something martial arts, right? His name is Robert Buskey Jr. He's going to be sentenced to 27 years to life after prosecutors said he locked his 5-year-old daughter in a bedroom without food or water. Wow. He's 35 years old. He did plead guilty on the 23rd of January to second-degree red rum and a felony substance charge. Little Charlotte Buskey, 5 years old, passed of dehydration and starvation after being locked in a bedroom. Her brother was kept in a makeshift cage. He's facing 27 years to life, and he will be sentenced March 27th. I'll have to remember this, see what he gets. He admitted to it. He left her there while he did substances and played video games. He pled guilty to second-degree red rum and criminal sale of a controlled substance to a child. To a child. What? I'm reading this right, people. I have it up there. You can see it. Pled guilty to second-degree red rum and criminal sale of a controlled substance to a child. Under the plea agreement, he will receive the maximum sentence allowed by law, 25 years to life, for the Red Run conviction, plus an additional 2 years for the substance charge. Two years for selling a controlled substance to a child? What? For a total of 27 years to life. As part of the agreement, he waived his right to an appeal, and an order of protection will be issued prohibiting him from any contact with his now 5-year-old son. So now his son's 5. He admitted under circumstances evincing a depraved indifference to human life. He recklessly engaged in conduct that created a grave risk of serious injury or the passing of his daughter, Charlotte, causing her passing. When first responders went to the home on April 14th of 2024 for an unresponsive child, they found a house of horrors, deplorable condition that included Charlotte's emaciated little body locked inside a bedroom and a makeshift cage in the dining room where he kept his 3-year-old son. There he is. He just kept them children there. He didn't feed them. He didn't water them. He probably didn't even speak to them. Like they were never there. Charlotte had been neglected and malnourished for months. She and her brother had been completely isolated from the outside world, no longer seeing family members, attending medical appointments, or enrolled in school. Why didn't the family step forward? Their world shrunk to the confines of Mr. Buskey's deplorable home, and ultimately for Charlotte, she was confined to her bedroom. He kept it locked, and the little boy, Jackson, in his cage. He put him in his cage to do substances and play video games. The lock was on the outside of the bedroom door, and reinforced it with tape after discovering she was able to escape by jiggling the handle. Are you kidding me? There's little Charlotte. Piece of crap. Charlotte didn't have a bed in the room. There was only a pack and play, very small pack and play that she would have to curl up to even lay in it. She was left there without food or water or human contact. Even though the home was stocked with food, including boxes located just outside her locked bedroom door. Oh no. These stories just get worse and worse. So the autopsy determined Charlotte had passed away from dehydration, starvation. Her body was completely devoid of food. Both children also tested positive for Coca-Cola. Tested positive for Coca-Cola. that is why the giving a substance to a young child, that is, they charged him for his son testing positive for Coca-Cola. So he was a mixed martial arts fighter. That's what it is, mixed martial arts, MMA. So I hope he gets what he deserves. I do. I mean, he pled guilty to it. He pled guilty to it. I don't know if there was anything else I was going to talk about, you guys. Anything else before I get off of here? Oh, hey, Eve. That's so funny. Let me show it. I don't know why YouTube, if somebody leaves a comment with the word nuts in it, they're holding it for me to review. So I released it, Eve. There are a lot of nutty people out here. I don't know why they're doing that, but okay. Okay, YouTube. You do that. You just do that. Go ahead. Nobody minds. For sure. Oh, there's this YouTube family. Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you the name of it. And it's called Beauty is her name. Beauty is her name. And she's got a bunch of kids. And she's been, I think, on YouTube for like 11 years or something, right? No, you're good, Eve. You're good. And people have been calling CPS on her over her kids. It's, I watched a little bit of it, but yeah, just because, some people, they're like, just the way that they talk and stuff. And she's just the type of person, she's like, you better watch your mouth. I'll come over there and slap you, right? But it doesn't mean that she's going to go over and slap her kids, right? For sure. He only got 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. No, it didn't, the mouse. I will look into it a little bit more. I want to find out some things before we show when they decide how much time he's going to get, then I'll do an update on it and see what else I can learn. Right now, I'm just pulling up articles that have showed up in my email. For sure. For sure. For sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, I do want to put this out here. It's a YouTuber that passed away. He was called Adam the Woo. So he was found about 5 weeks ago at his home in Florida on December 22nd. So his cause of death just came out. Okay. The cause of death was atherosclerotic and hypertensive cardiovascular disease, which led to a heart attack in his sleep. Oh, bless your heart, Adam. That's scary. That is scary. He was 51 years old. 51. So they consider that natural causes, I guess. Yeah, any sleep. I'm telling you guys something right now. Some of these YouTubers that got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, when they get up into the million, it can be stressful if you let it. It absolutely can be stressful if you let it. Me, myself, not me. Uh, yeah, right, Sandy. I don't know why they had me. I don't know why they held that for review. That was fucking weird. But I seen it, Sandy. I seen what you were saying. It is. It can be. Well, I think that I don't know. I think the drama community is more stressful than a lot of them. But I mean, even if you're in like the true crime community, the LARPer community, I mean, seriously, not to bring up Ernie and have a big long conversation about him, but I don't know how Ernie does it. I do not know how that dude just keeps going and going and going. Must be the chip in his head. I don't know. For sure. I don't know how he does it. I don't even know how the drama community does it. I just I just don't. But they're good at it and I like to watch it sometimes. I just don't want to do it myself. For sure. He he's he's good at it. He's a good LARPer. He is. Kind of scary, but oh well. We wish everybody the best over here. Except for you scallywags. Yeah, he only got 2 years. Yep. For, well, they said selling. When I read the article to start with, they said selling to a kid, basically. And then later on in the article, it talks about his son testing positive for the Coca-Cola and a 2 years. 2 years. I am going to check into that case because where are the charges for the son that was locked in a freaking cage? I it's I hate hearing about children being in those dumbass cages. Remember the Callahan, what the fuck was his name? Um Callahan, he was charged in 2 different states. He unalived a mother in one state, took the 2 daughters to another state, unalived one of the daughters. Trigger warning, was going to use the 6-year-old for a sex slave, and the area where he had left the 6-year-old was in a what law enforcement said was an area that they believed was being used for human trafficking. They found cages and stuff. So, I mean, for sure. I just don't understand if, if a parent cannot take care of a child, find someone who can. Find someone who can. Where I think the problem comes in at is, like babies and stuff, we have those drop boxes at fire departments and police stations and different places that people can take a baby. We've talked about that before, to a certain age, I think. But when they get a little bit older, um, you know, to turn them over, um, it's like the adults don't want to do it, especially if they're doing substances and stuff, right? So, but it's sad that here we go again, another story. I'm gonna pull up the Melody Buzzard too and do an update on that. But another story. Another story. It kinda disgusts me, y'all. I get kinda disgusted with some of these stories. That's why I like to be nosy sometimes. All right, I am turning my monetization on. You whippersnappers. Okay, I got that on, and I am going to get off of here and let you guys go do your thing for the rest of the day. I am going to fix me some hot tea with a little bit of honey and lemon. I need to finish this cup of coffee I have first. Knew several people adopted years ago, and more often than not, the child became a problem beyond. Well, yeah, I get it. I completely get it. Oh, thanks, Sandy. I'm glad you come over and waved and hung out today. For sure. But that's absolutely true because, sometimes you don't know these foster parents and stuff. They don't, sometimes they're not even told anything about the child or possibly the child's behavior and different things like that. And it can become overwhelming. So, for sure. But come on. If he had family, then why? I'm going to find out about the mother, and I want to know why, if he had family, that he didn't give the children to the family. Just like with Melody Buzzard. We're going to see what mom gets. I am definitely going to do an update on that. But you guys, please stay warm. Stay safe. For real. And I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all know I do. I do. I'm going to find something probably tomorrow that we can have a little bit of fun with. We need to have some fun. I mean, we talk about Not good things over here sometimes. Also, we got Summer's birthday coming up. I'll probably do a little bit of something. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Peace out. Be you, do you. Do whatever you want. You're a grown ass adult. Go wherever you want. You're a grown ass adult. You know, and sometimes if somebody starts running their mouth, it's okay to tell them to shut the fuck up. For real. It ain't gonna hurt their feelers that bad, right? It's just 4 words. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. You can say it like that. Because I know some of you, you know, you're curse word virgins. You ain't never said a cuss word in your life. So, you know, you can just say, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop it. Me, I'm like, shut the fuck up. But that's just me. Okay? You do you. You do you. For real. All right. Adore all of you guys. Please stay warm. Please stay safe. Have a great night. Peace out.